and welcome back to another Dancers Morning Movement. Hope you've all had a really nice weekend and the sun is shining here in the UK and it's meant to for the rest of the week, so that's great. So we're just going to have a nice gentle session this morning, and I'm also going to finish off with a little bit of balance work as well, so just kind of working through the whole of the body today. And I don't know about you, but I overindulged at the weekend, did a little bit of exercise Saturday and Sunday, but ready to start back into the week. Okay, so let's just start standing, feet parallel, have a little bit of softness in these knees, nice tight tummy, so really squeeze that tummy button in towards the spine, weight in the balls of the feet. And we're just going to push these shoulders down and squeeze them back. So remember that pencil between the shoulder blades, so just squeezing them back without letting the body arch. So we're just going to tuck this pelvis underneath, and that's your good general stance. Okay, so from here we're just going to take this head down and gently up to the ceiling. And again. And up. And let's just do half head circles. So bring the chin right down to the chest. And again. Good. And then just take it back to this first side. And then bring that right ear by the shoulder, and we're just going to take this left arm out to the side and push into the heel of the hand. Yeah, and then just move the arm just so you can feel a real kind of sweet spot on that stretch. Good, and low, and let's just bring left ear to left shoulder, and again take that right arm out. Push into the heel of the hand. Good, lovely. And then let's just take this left arm behind the back. We're going to look over our right shoulder. So keeping this left shoulder back and down, but just be gentle, don't force it. And then just take a glance down to look to your mat, the outside of this right foot. And then just circle this shoulder. So bring it right up to the ear and then push it down and get a nice stretch in that neck. Good. And then let's just reverse the movement. Again, just keep that focus down to the outside of that right foot. Bring the shoulder right up to the ear. And then let's just take the head over to the left. We're going to bend this right arm behind the back again, gently with this right shoulder. And then take your focus down to the mat on the outside of the left foot. Good. And then let's circle back, push down. Really lengthen there. And one more. Good, and then let's reverse. Big, big movement. Last one. And bring the head to the centre. Just circle both shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to come into a contraction, so keeping the feet parallel, soften the knees, and then round through that spine. Grabbing onto these hands, let's just lift left shoulder and right shoulder. Let go of the head and the neck. Good, and then just pop these hands onto the thighs. We're going to arch the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, take the head up, and then again round through the spine. And again, so arch and squeeze. And round, one vertebra at a time. Good, well done. And then from here, let's just take this right arm up. And a big circle back. A big circle forwards. Back up. And feed through. And again, so left arm up. Open that chest. Big circle back. Big circle forwards, back up, and feed through. Good, well done. So from here, just turning yourself the other way, and we're just going to come into a downward dog. So just walk the hands away, feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Make sure you spread these fingers and just walk through the feet. That's it, so just really start to gently stretch out these hamstrings, the calves, the Achilles, across the top of the back and the shoulders. Good. Okay, so just come up onto the balls of your feet. You're going to bend these knees, slowly lower the knees, release the toes, and just send the bottom back. So just hold that stretch there. I'm just going to move the camera down. Good, so just holding it there. And from there, just take your knees as wide as your mat, toes together, and another big stretch. So push that bottom back. And big stretch with these fingertips. Good, okay. So let's just come to sit on our right hand side. Left hand just on top of this left leg. We're going to take our right arm up, big reach up out of the waist, and just come into a sideways bend. And open. So try not to lean back and keep the shoulder down. Don't hunch here, so lengthen down the neck. Good, and then just bring the arm through and take a gentle twist round as you take the arm back. Through. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. A little bit of a twist round, and then just one more sideways. And take both arms out to the side, and you're going to twist. Again, just don't force it, and we don't want to slump here, still sitting up nice and tall. And just see if you can look round the back to this right shoulder and hand. Good, well done. And let's just swing the legs around. So left arm up, sitting really tall, lengthen from that waist. And over. So big stretch right by the ear. Good. And then reach forwards and back. Forwards. Good. And then taking both arms out to the side. And just gently twist. Good, lovely, okay. So coming down onto your back. So we're going to have these feet hip width apart, knees are bent. Relax these fingertips down by your side, relax your shoulders. We're just going to squeeze the tummy in and then scoop. So we're going to tuck the pelvis and just coming up. So we still want that tilt, so we don't want to completely collapse and have an arch back here. So coming up nice and high, and then just slowly lower one vertebra at a time. So really squeeze the tummy in as you get that lower back on the floor and relax. And again, squeeze the tummy, tuck the pelvis. And then gently lower. Good. So make sure these feet are hip width apart. We're going to go up one more time. So this time don't come quite so high. Watch that the knees aren't falling out to the side. Keep them in line with the hips. Nice tight tummy. We're just going to lift up onto the balls of these feet and then just see if you can bring the feet a little bit further underneath you. And we're just going to drop the heels and lift. If you're happy there, let's just take these arms to what would be first position, so opposite your tummy button. Good. So squeezing these glutes, squeezing the tummy, relaxing these shoulders. Just going to do 4 more. Last 2. Good. So slowly lower the heels. Let's take the arms to the side. Gently lower through the spine. Palms flat on the floor. We're just going to take the knees over to the right and the head to the left. And using those tummy muscles, let's send the legs over to the other way. And the head comes the opposite side. Good, well done. So coming back, we are going to squeeze the tummy in again. Slight tuck, just so your hips are clear. Okay, so not high at all. You might want to bring these feet slightly closer together. Now, if this is enough for you to hold, then that's fine. Otherwise, we're going to développé each leg. So bring the knee into the chest, extend the leg up, flex the foot, lengthen and down. So keeping those hips off as we go straight onto the other leg. So knee into the chest, leg up, flex and down. So if this is too much, then you just stay in the bridge position. And again. Flex, lengthen, and just last one on the other side. Good, well done. Okay, so coming completely on your right hand side now. So, sorry, with your legs, so if you want to keep your shoulders square to the mat, keep them square, so we're just going to adjust the position so you're on your actual hip, you're on the side, but your upper body is still flat and looking up to the ceiling. And then from here we're just going to make a triangle, with our hands. And we're trying to get this back elbow onto the floor as well as the back of the arm, the forearm, the wrist and the hand. So you're feeling a nice stretch across that chest. Good. And then from there you can then move these shoulders. So extend that underneath arm on top, stack the knees. We're just going to open up without that top knee sliding back, taking these fingertips up. So watch that top knee isn't going to move, and just take this arm all the way back. So don't force it. If you can't quite reach the other side, that's fine. And just 2 more here, so just 3 on each side. So just really working into that spine, a little bit more mobilising. Good, well done. And then bring your shoulders and your upper back flat on the mat, but then we're going to come onto the other hip, so the knees are going to come over the other side. So we're twisting at the waist, but our shoulders are flat on the mat. You're going to make your triangle again, your diamond, sorry. And I'm just trying to get this opposite elbow back onto the mat. So really open across that chest. Keep the shoulders down, away from the ears, so you're really lengthening in the neck as well. Good. And then you can come completely on that other side, squeeze my back, and then taking this arm up. So make sure the knees are stacked and that top knee isn't going to move, slide back as you bring this arm back. And up. And again. So watching that top knee. So you might find that one side feels more mobile than the other. That's quite normal. Good, well done. Okay, so from here, just come back onto your back. We're going to cross the legs as if you were sitting on a chair. So let's just cross right leg first, so no gaps in between these inside thighs. Take the arms out to the side, bend at the elbows so you've got one hand either side of the head. So we're going to bring both of the legs over to this right hand side. So we're trying to get the inside of that left knee and left elbow on the mat. And just hold that stretch. And gently release and cross the legs. Let's just take this left leg over the top now, nice and tight. And then taking the legs over to the left, inside of the right knee, right elbow on the floor. Good, well done. And come back to centre. Well done. So if you want to just bring the knees into the chest, just give them a little hug. And then let's just slip these hands onto the back of the hamstrings behind the knee. Ready to sit yourself up. Good. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. We're going to sit up nice and tall in that spine, squeeze tummy in and then tuck the pelvis so we're rounding. Keep these shoulders away from the ears, so gently roll back. Good. And then just hold when we can feel these abdominals really kick in. And we're just going to hold. So keep breathing, really, really squeeze them in. Keep that back soft and rounded. And then sitting up. Nice deep breath in. And again, we roll back. Suck that tummy in towards the spine. This time we're just going to take a couple of little movements from side to side. So make sure you're low enough that you can really feel these abdominals working. So just 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath in, sit up. And just relax over the legs. Good. Just let these knees fall to the side. Take the hands behind you and just gently rock. Good. And then just pulling these heels in nice and close. Take the fingertips underneath, thumbs on top. Elbows on the inside thighs. Now I want you to push these knees up as if you're trying to force the knees to come together, that your elbows aren't going to let you. Okay, so you want some nice resistance going in these arms. So try and push these knees up together, but use those elbows to keep the legs down. So push, 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 get some resistance. Nice deep breath. and push down. Good, we're going to go again. So, bring these knees up, force the legs down with the elbows, squeeze, 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 push, push, deep breath in, and breathe out, and push down. Good, well done. Okay, alright, so coming back onto our hands and knees. Hands under these shoulders, knees under the hips. And let's just gently move in a nice circular motion. So you're working into the wrists, just warming them up. And let's come round the other way. Good. And then take the hands either side of your mat, as if you were coming into like a press-up position. So we're going to bring the chest down and then shift it over to the side of the mat, round up at the top. And then flatten out as you bring this chest down. Good, just one more this way. And let's change direction. And last one, so flatten and then round, arch that back, bring the hands back underneath you, keep that back arch, push the hands into the mat, curl these toes under, come back into our downward dog. So push the hips up nice and high, crown of the head towards the floor, just rising up through the feet and lower. So rising up nice and high and then push those heels down. Good. And then keeping the legs straight if you can, you're just going to walk these hands back towards the feet. Just move myself away. Good. And then we're just going to cup each elbow, relax the head and the neck, a little bit of softness in the knees, and just gently swing from side to side. And then from here we're going to take our left hand onto the outside of our right ankle, right arm up, and then just gently bring this chest towards that right thigh. And relax through the centre, right hand to the outside of the left ankle, left arm high, chest towards the left thigh. Good, and then soften the knees, roll up through the spine, nice tight tummy. And big stretch up. Good, and then just reach up. Push the heel down, big stretches, and just bring the arms forwards. Good, okay, let me just lift you back up, and we'll finish with a little bit of balance work. Okay, so nothing too awful on first thing on a Monday morning. Right, we've all had a complete weekend break. So just nice and gently today. And then I'm just going to finish off now with a little bit of balance work. So this is something, that sadly tends to get worse as we get older. And it's very much sort of use it or lose it. So you might want to come off your mats for this, depending on how you feel. So if you've had like an ankle injury or something, just keep moving while I'm talking. If you've had an ankle injury or foot injury or something, and you're maybe a little bit unstable on the ankles or you're quite cautious, then try and just build up nice and gradually. So things like, if you don't have a wobble cushion, so for example, I use this. This is just filled with air. This is a wobble cushion. You can get wobble boards, different things. But if you don't have anything like this, just standing on a cushion, which is an uneven surface, just get your balance on that. Then maybe start to take a few rises, and then once you feel a little bit more confident on that, then close your eyes. This is really building up the proprioception, getting these ankles firing, which is what we really need. So let's just do a few basic sort of balance exercise. So just first of all, we're going to stand on this right leg. Come off the mat. Taking these arms out to the side, we're going to draw this left foot in. So just pin this left foot to the inside of the knee so it's not going to hover around. So once you've got your balance here, so remember, don't lean back. Yeah, you want the weight predominantly in the ball of your foot. Nice tight tummy, squeeze the bottom. And we're just going to gently see if you can take this head over to the right hand side. Now if you're really unsteady, make sure that you've got something nearby that you can hold on to, just in case you need that extra support. So over to the left, and coming back through the centre. And then we're just going to take this right arm high, and then change left arm high. Good. So just give that leg a shake out, and we'll go the other side. So you might be able to see my ankle firing, like the muscles on the front of the foot firing. That's good, that's what you want. And even just something like walking on undulating terrain is really good as well. Just helps kind of work on stabilising and again proprioception for your balance. So we're going to stand on the other leg now, pin that right foot. Let's take these arms out to the side. Again, nice tight tummy, squeeze the bottom, weight forwards, don't lean back. And then when you're ready, just take this head to the left. Gently through the centre. And over to the right. And back. And let's take our left arm high. And then change. Good, and back. Good, okay, and we're just going to do one more exercise. So it's useful to have, you can have anything, you can use like a little tissue or a bean bag or a sock. You'll basically just, I mean this is quite big so it makes it a lot easier. You're just going to drop something down at different places in the floor that you have to bend down to pick up standing on one leg. So we're going to go back to standing on our right leg. You can have a slight softness in that supporting knee. We're just going to reach down, not letting that other foot come down on the floor to pick it up. And then you might drop it over on the other side. And obviously the further away it is, the harder it is. And then it might sort of come a little bit more behind us. Yeah, ooh, she says, ooh. See, harder. And come back up. And then just change sides. So just coming down to pick it up. So take your time. Yeah, if you need to kind of come back to the centre, refocus and then go again, do. So you don't even need to have something to pick up if you don't have anything to hand. You can just kind of go through the motions. But it just gives you the idea of what you're aiming to do. And the other thing to say is that if you're somebody that has sort of bunions or sort of arthritic changes in their feet, and you find it sort of difficult to balance because of that, that's a contributing factor to it. So your foot is no longer kind of equally distributed and you're more, say, on the outside border of your foot. These exercises are still beneficial, but you might want to do it in an actual sort of supportive shoe, just so it kind of helps you redistribute the weight a little bit more and you're not solely relying on just your feet. Okay, alright, so let's just finish off walking through these sweet little calf stretches. So those are just some really basic balancing exercises that you could do every day. And standing on the cushion one that we said, or on your wobble board. And let's just come up high onto that demi point, bending the knees. Nice stretch behind those big toe joints, nice flat back. Don't let the bottom stick out. Gently lower those heels. And let's just take the right foot back. Rising up, bend the back knee. Good, just send the weight back. We're going to straighten that front leg and then lift the toe. Good, and then change. Again, keeping both feet nice and parallel. And rising up, bend the back knee. And then we're going to straighten that front leg, lower the back heel, bend the back knee, and then lift that toe. Good. And then just first position to finish, squeeze that bottom, really wrap the legs around, nice tight tummy, weight in the balls of the feet. We're just going to take a rise and a balance, taking these arms to first position, so just opposite your tummy, and hold. So find your focus point, shoulders down, brace these legs, squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bottom, and then just gently lower. Good. Alright, thank you folks, hope that was helpful, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.